Weddings today are costing you $500,000 or even well more than $1 million. Let me explain a little bit, because this was kind of shocking, as somebody who has, had a great wedding, no complaints here, did not spend some of the dollars that people are spending today on them. But again, this was, 26 years ago. So, did some analysis, and I thought, let me share this today because, if you wanted to have a great party, please do that. That's all your own choices. But, I just want to point out some of the impact of that, let me take, I did the average wedding today and it's around $35,000. Now, again, maybe your wedding didn't cost that, or maybe your future weddings aren't going to cost that. But what if it did? So somebody that took $35,000 today, invested that in the market. Now, again, I did an 8% return, which I think is very conservative in a lot of ways if it was in the S&P 500 or something, but for 35 years. So that's somebody getting married, maybe let's say at 30, all the way to 65, they could have over $500,000. Now, if they were, got married a little bit earlier, that same $35, 8%, but for 45 years is a little over $1.1 million. So now let me, let me highlight what every $5,000 is worth. So, maybe take that into perspective, because of course, you might want a wedding, go ahead, have one. But so every $5,000, for those 35 years is worth almost $74,000. And for the 45 years, it's almost $160,000. That is putting the money in the bank today, not touching it, not adding any money to it, with that 8% annual growth rate. So before you have that wedding, think of what some of this money or all that money could turn into.